Sonic Underground Episode 32, Haircraft in Space. We see someone roboticized in a salon still talk like a normal person on the phone. I like this, it makes sense. It turns out that she's brainwashing her rich customers into telling her that they hate Robotnik so that they can get in trouble. But wouldn't that rob her of other customers? She must be forced into doing this. Why are the bounty hunters arresting and knocking out her and not the rich person who insulted Robotnik? Slade disables her security system by just opening up her chest like that, just like that, and he fiddles with her. This really shows you the real problem with people being turned into robots. They act like normal people, but they can be fiddled with really easily. Sonia complains about her life as she has her hair in rollers and soaking wet. She nags Sonic about how he left an open can in the living room and it got her wet because she used it as a roller. Sonic says that she used up his soda and he's not mad. It also turns out he was using her hairdryer to cool down his chili, and when he turns it up to high, for some reason the chili explodes out the bag and hits them both, which makes no sense. She sees an ad for the salon from earlier in the magazine, and she decides to go there in a disguise just in case Bartleby shows up. For some reason, the woman doesn't instantly recognize who she is, when she used to be a rich girl and thus would be fairly notable anyways. Then the woman brainwashes her to say that her rebel base is cramped and dirty, and it's under Robotnik's backyard. That's easy. Wait, he has a backyard? Because she was speaking figuratively. Robotnik says that anyone who speaks against him will be roboticized, even though they only did so because they were brainwashed into doing it. So does the brainwashing wipe the customers' memories of telling the woman that and keep them from reacting to it properly? Besides, if he continues this plan, won't he just end up roboticizing all of the rich? The whole reason he doesn't roboticize the rich is supposed to be because if he does, then he'll magically not be able to get money from them anymore. Dingo is sent after the saloner again, and Sonia pushes a shelf over a robot and jumps over another one to kick Dingo onto a chair, where the Robian uses a chair to send him into a ceiling, and she tells Sonia that she has no idea what they want with her. Sonia dodges lasers and then sprays water at a robot to kill it. That was easy. Why isn't it waterproof? These are Robotnik's main military goons. And they can be defeated by a kid with a water gun? Maybe water guns are banned. And yeah, I'm sure the Robians are waterproof. She jumps over him, and only just now does she think to use her keyboard, shooting soap products to send them at Sleet. She realizes that Doobot's gone, and she goes to Bartleby's library, where he turns on a TV report where Sleet is saying that anyone who sees Doobot should grab her, and Dingo says that they want the tape from her. And Bartleby tells Sonia what's going on. It was funny how Dingo said what he wasn't supposed to, and they had to turn off the recording.
Very crafty. Yeah, she got away before we could even get the tape out of her. Quiet.
Sonia just now remembers what she told Doobot. It's harder to sympathize with her in the stilted line with her bad voice. It's totally dissonant. Anyway, she warns her brothers about what's going on. After a song for no reason, the brothers agree to go where Sonia wants, and Sonia gets approached by Doobot, who goes here because she thinks it's safe, when she should remember that Sonia told her where the base is. She's annoying. She talks like the Frankenstein's wife bot from Sad AM. And she calls Manic handsome, and he seems to appreciate it when she's a robot. But then she brainwashes him into telling her who he is when he would have done that anyways. So, what's the point? Is she brainwashing on purpose? Why do people talk in monotone just because they're brainwashed? That's patronizing. Sonia finds something in the Doobot's chest, and Manic gets electrocuted trying to get out of her. I'm sure that he'll be fine somehow. Sonia decides to take her to a bot expert, and Manic says it wouldn't break his heart if Robotnik got her back, since she's so annoying and brainwashes them. So Sonic decides to let her get captured by Robotnik, saying that Bartleby is Robotnik's bread and butter and thus wouldn't get roboticized anyways. I wasn't aware that he was the richest person in the city next to Robotnik. I guess that's why he appears so much? So it's annoying that they don't even bother to explain what jobs the rich people have to make them so rich. We've seen Bartleby so much, and I don't think we'll ever know what he does for a living. That's so lazy. Sonic lets the Doobot out of the van where she gets spotted by Robotnik's camera. Sonic wonders why Robotnik's guys haven't jumped them. They get to Barnaby's gate, and Sonic and Manic try to shoot at them with lasers, but since Sonia isn't in on it, she aims better. The Doobot gets kidnapped anyways, though, and they see the bounty hunters kidnap Barnaby. Robotnik just using a dumb excuse to roboticize the rich finally. Does he finally realize that just because they're roboticized shouldn't mean they wouldn't be able to make money off jobs to give him money? No, of course not. So, what's the point? Why is he roboticizing what he thinks are his only money providers? When Sonia learns that they tipped them off, she feels bad and says that she blabbed the location of their secret base. So she feels too guilty to get mad at them for doing something that would annoy her. But her siblings forgive her and decide to come rescue Barnaby. But even if they do, then what? Won't Robotnik try to roboticize him again because he knows where he lives? He's just gonna give up on it? Sonia uses a laser to free him, and Dingo fiddles with the Doobot. A part of the wall lands on Dingo's head and knocks him over, and Sonic takes away Sleet's tape. As Dingo, why doesn't he have a concussion? Sleet shoots off Sonic's rope to make him fall instead of go up to Manic, so Manic jumps down and throws a piece of the wall at Sleet. Some robots start shooting lasers, and Sonic shoots back at them with his guitar. He sadly misses Robotnik, and it turns out the Doobot was shooting a ray gun with them. Out of nowhere, Sonic and Manic decide to rescue the Doobot they just allowed to be kidnapped for being so annoying. With no indication that they're doing this just to humor Sonia, if they care so much about humoring her, then why did they get her kidnapped in the first place? Anyways, the Doobot then uses a ray gun to shoot some more robots. It's cool that she's being useful. So did she lose her hypnotizing power? How? Like, why doesn't she just hypnotize the robots into not bothering them? Sonia gives Barnaby a tape of rich people gossip, and instead of using it, he throws the tape away. I guess it shows his morality that he doesn't keep the tape and get those people roboticized. Because potentially he could use that tape to threaten people and get whatever he wants from them in exchange for not using the tape on them. But I guess he doesn't know how to remove the tape of himself insulting Robotnik. Barnaby says that he has to leave his house because Robotnik still knows what he thinks of him. Well, why doesn't Robotnik just assume that everybody hates him? Why would Robotnik be so sensitive and frail and fragile that he would throw a temper tantrum if people insult him? When he's knowingly evil, apparently. Wouldn't he take pride in being hated? What is the point? I guess he's just using it as an excuse to be a dick. Anyway, Sleet brings Doobot to Robotnik, but they remove the tape. Then Doobot brainwashes Robotnik and the bounty hunters into forgetting about the tape and stuff. But she doesn't brainwash them into being good. What are the limits to her powers? I understand that this would be a really anticlimactic way to solve the villain problem, but at least it would be a way that we would get a chance to see. You can't just have this kind of thing happen without this question being raised. There was plenty of times in the show where Robotnik probably should have been taken down already. Like the time where Alina's plan really should have succeeded and gotten him captured. This episode was about the concept of the salon girl that everyone tells their problems to, being a robot who's programmed to hypnotize people into insulting Robotnik, and she's unaware that she's got a tape in her that'll get them in trouble. Does she not intend to hypnotize people and it just happens? That has to be it. It was annoying that they talked in monotone just because they were brainwashed. She was an annoying character overall. Her voice was pretty grating. So I understand why Sonic and Manic want to let her get kidnapped.
Good thing I made that Doobot to keep tabs on my allies.
I guess she wasn't a Robian, and since she doesn't talk like one, she doesn't say priority one all the time. She's just a hairstylist robot, and that's it. Which is really disappointing. If she was a roboticized person, it would have shown better how bad being roboticized really is, because she could be fiddled with so easily. What was making her cause people to insult Robotnik? Was that just how she was programmed? When she realized that she was getting her customers in trouble and react to it properly, is she not able to stop doing it? I mean, it was cool that she helped the heroes at least.